Alright, hey guys, so welcome back to the channel, and today I want to talk about something that I'm sure just about everybody's experienced in some way or another, and that is what I like to call the mannequin smile. So what is a mannequin smile? Well, it's the kind of smile that you see on store mannequins. It's plastic, it's superficial, it doesn't really look like anybody, it's kind of designed to resemble a smile. It's like a shadow of a smile, I guess. And I think too often we run into these sorts of smiles in our professional photos, especially if any of us have ever had corporate photos taken for school, for graduation, even just in groups of people where we're just told to say smile, quick capture, maybe a waiter's taking our picture. And dollars to donuts, it always looks kind of fake. And there's a reason behind that. And the reason is that it's a fake smile. It just drips with tension. It completely shows how uncomfortable you were in that moment, how uncomfortable I was in that moment, how uncomfortable the waiter was in that moment, the other photographer. Everybody's uncomfortable, nobody's really happy. So we're gonna spend a bit of time today showing what fake smiles look like and what that means, and talking about how to overcome them, because guess what? No matter how tense or nervous you're feeling in your photo op, there is a way to create a natural, beautiful looking smile artificially. Okay, so that sounds, how can you have something that's natural and artificial? That doesn't make any sense, David. No, it doesn't. Okay, but you can do it. And it's just one of the tricks that a lot of portrait photographers employ to bring out the best in people. Because once you start manipulating your body in a way that makes it look like it's natural, your psychology kind of ticks in and takes over. So really, it's about giving yourself physical cues to promote and perpetuate an emotional reaction that does, in fact, lead to a more natural looking smile because you're feeling like a more natural person or a more natural version of yourself. So we are going to head over to Discovery Park, one of Seattle's best parks, and kind of show off some of these fake smiles and how to overcome them. Just real quick before we head out there, let's talk about one of those smiles right now. So here's a quick picture of me employing a fake smile. And here's another picture of me employing a fake smile. And another. And another. And you can see in all of those there's something kind of similar going on. And that's my eyes. My eyes don't smile in any of those pictures. They in fact look kind of dead. It's like this part of my head is disassociated from this part of my head. And that's an issue. And I think too often when we feel nervous or we feel tense or we feel uncomfortable in a situation, our eyes are the dead giveaway. So there is a way to relax our faces and make sure that our eyes are doing what they're supposed to do in order to bring out that real smile. So without further ado, let's head over there. Let's put this practice to the test and show you guys what it's about. And then we'll zip back over and talk about some of our findings. So here we go. Also, quick side note, it's 80 degrees in Seattle today, and it's not even summertime. So that's kind of crazy. I also realized I don't have any shorts. Why don't I have shorts? Because I live in the Pacific Northwest. And when do you need those? On days like today, which are few and far between. So at some point, let's go get some shorts too. I don't know. Off to the park. Here we go. Let's smile. Oh, hey there. All right, let's pick you up. Oh, nice and steady. There we go. All right, so we are in Discovery Park, and we're in this strange little grassy area that is beyond the Discovery Center. And I almost never see anybody out here, which I think is awesome because I love this spot. But it's this nice open field. You can kind of see behind me. I mean, come on. How insanely beautiful is this area? Oh, and everything smells like the fresh grass seed. Everything smells like nature. like being out in the country and totally escaping the city, which for me is so cathartic. I don't know about you. Did you grow up in the city? Do you grow up in the country? I grew up in a teeny little town in the country, so this is kind of like going home without the teeny little town part. We're going to go ahead and pop this camera on the tripod so we can talk about facial expressions, dead eyes, fake smiles, how to overcome them, and some basic exercises that I use all the time in my portrait sessions to help clients overcome their nerves, their fear, kind of just the awkward hesitation of stepping in front of the camera, because let's face it, it's kind of nerve-wracking. Totally normal. I get super nervous when I step in front of the camera. I only expect everyone else to, too. So let's go ahead and pop you on the tripod, take another gander at how cool this is. And yeah, let's go. Here we go. Diving in. All right, you're on the tripod now. So let's briefly just dive in here, because there's mosquitoes everywhere. That's gross. So the problem with being caught off guard in your photo shoot, or having somebody come up to you and say, okay, smile, or having a waiter or a friend or something like that, or even a corporate photographer when they have you stand like this, you're kind of awkward and you say, okay, smile. What usually happens is your eyes go dead and you kind of lose your authentic facial expressions that resonate with whoever it is looking at the image, that resonate with you, most importantly. And what I mean by that is just look at my eyes. Let's take the glasses off here. And just oftentimes a nervous or tense smile looks like this. The eyes will be totally immobile and the mouth will kind of resemble a smile shape. So here we go. See what I'm doing there? Just the mouth. Or side grin, eyes are totally dead. Or deer in the headlights. Kind of like that. Eyebrows up because you're nervous. I'm sure that everybody has a picture like that, where they're just smiling with their mouths, they're not smiling with their eyes, and they don't really understand how to bring out their true gorgeous smile that exists naturally in their repertoire of facial expressions. Because also, everybody has that candid image where they look genuinely happy and super excited to be wherever it is they're at when the photo's being taken. We all want those images, but those images tend to be like 1 in 10, 1 in 100 even. So being able to predict and anticipate what your face is going to do when you're about to be captured on camera is so important, to have images that you finally love and have images that will make your friends say, why do you, so-and-so, always look so natural and so gorgeous in your pictures? We never quite look like that. So this will also kind of give you the upper hand in social circles, which we say we don't like, but let's face it, we kind of like it. So first tip, number 1, is relaxation. So this is about finding kind of a zen moment in amongst the chaos. So I do this with every single client that comes to my portrait studio, and I have them, first of all, breathe. We do breathing exercises, and I'm not saying that you're going to have a chance to really breathe in, breathe out when people are talking to you constantly, but it does help to do a couple quick deep inhales and exhales, even if it's only through your nose. Another thing I have them do is just shake a little bit. Again, this might be tricky in like a restaurant setting, but if you can get a couple wiggles in, it helps release the tension all over your body, which leads for more natural facial expression. Lastly, getting to the face. This is duplicable in any situation, and what I mean by this is if your picture is being taken by a waiter or by a friend, or if you're in a group, you can do this quickly. And essentially what it is, I'll tell my client to relax the muscles in their mouth, relax their cheeks, and relax their eyes, and look at the ground, and then on the count of 3, look up at the camera with just a slight little smile in the mouth. So let's do that together right now. So I'm gonna look down just with my eyes, inhale, exhale, relax my cheeks, relax my mouth. Everything is relaxed. I'm letting go of the tension. And then on the count of 3, I'll go ahead and look up with just a wee little smile at the corner of my mouth. So let's start that countdown. See what I mean there? Let's do it one more time. Relaxed mouth, relaxed cheeks, relaxed eyes, relaxed shoulders. Count of 3, look up at the camera and smile. See how authentic that looks? It's so different from what we usually anticipate, and oftentimes this kind of exercise leads people into realizing that they have this coy, beautiful, genuine smile that they didn't even realize they possessed, which I think is phenomenal. So being able to coax out that expression is super important. The next exercise I do, which may be awkward if you're in a group of people or just alone and a stranger's taking your picture, is called the face scrunch. Now this has worked literally every single time I've ever done it with anybody. Kids, adults, elderly, anybody. It just somehow works because it gets us to laugh at ourselves, and that's the big principle here. If we can laugh at ourselves, we can feel comfortable with ourselves. So let's say you're in a group of friends and everyone wants to have a picture of the group, and somebody's a little nervous, somebody's a little awkward, nobody really knows how to stand. This will help with that. Get everybody in the group to scrunch their faces super, super tight, and then have the photographer, whoever's taking the picture, count to 3. And on the count of 3, everyone just bursts out with the biggest smile they can. I guarantee you, everybody in that group is going to start laughing at each other, and you're going to have a group shot that looks so full of genuine emotion and joy that every single person in that group is going to think, oh my gosh, this picture's amazing. And it will totally capture the emotions of camaraderie, of friendship, and of love that you all experience together in that moment. So let's do this exercise together. Same principle, count of 3. I always promise, however, not to take a picture when the person's scrunching their face, because I don't think that's very fair. Clearly, you're seeing the face scrunch. You get whatever. Here we go. Count of 3. Super, super scrunch. 1. You can't help it. It's just a big smile comes out because you start laughing at yourself, and you train your body to react to what's happening physically. So if I start to genuinely laugh, I'm tricking my mind into thinking something's funny, which will produce more genuine and authentic laughter, which creates authentic connectivity with the expression. The other thing I'll do, if all else fails and everyone's taking kind of a serious shot, is just pay attention to where you're standing. This stance never looks good. Arms are down, super boxy. I've essentially magnified my waistline by keeping my arms here. This stance looks okay because I still have some negative space, but really, if you're in a group of people or even together with people, the idea is to turn at a quarter angle like this, put all your weight on your back hip so that your hip is pushing away from the camera, and then lean a little bit towards the camera. What this does, because the camera's taking a 2-dimensional image, everything is flat, so when I reposition the things I don't want bigger away from the camera, I'm emphasizing the things that I want emphasized, like my face and my jawline and my eyes. Again, keep in mind, whatever's closest to the lens looks bigger. So definitely want to reposition ourselves so that we can slim down the waistline, get rid of any kind of double chins going on, and really look our best at our angles. And that's just about repositioning. So do that and pair that with looking at the ground, looking up at the camera, or scrunching your face and laughing at the camera. You're going to have a really, really fantastic shot. Those are some of the basics that go into everyday portraits that help people actualize true, genuine, naturally authentic expressions and really bring out the best without having that noticeable tension or that awkward pause or that kind of unpleasant hesitation. So definitely, I think these things should be used. They can be used with iPhone photography, cameras, anything. It's worth checking out. It's worth implementing, practicing, telling your friends about. Because after all, pictures are memories, and we want those memories to reflect how we were feeling happy and joyful, not the tension we were experiencing right as the camera came out. Because how is that fair? If you feel tense and unpleasant for 10 seconds out of 2 hours where you felt happy and joyful, why does that tense 10 seconds represent that 2 hours? You want a photo that represents the positive memory, not the awkward tension. So let's head back to the studio, wrap up for the day. The mosquitoes are literally everywhere right now. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get bites. For photography, what are you gonna do? Anyways, let's go now.